his left, Jess on his right. Hey, hold up, don't start a fight. He's got you covered with all the sports. Don't fret, he's wearing shorts. It's time for Waking Jake in the morning, Waking Jake at night. Jake sucks.
Woo! Good morning, Baker Mayfields. Happy Thursday and welcome to Wake and Jake. Producer Big Baby David, myself, Jake Ronald Story Storielli. That's a bad one to stutter on. That's my last name. Gotta start getting that right.
One day.
If that starts
you just got to commit
going,
it to memory.
Man, if that starts going downhill, that's like go talk to a doctor. Good morning. Welcome to Wake and Jake, where we cover sports. We have fun. Sometimes we're 2 for 2 on nice hair. It's often 1 for 2. We've got a big sports weekend coming up. NFL Week 2. It kicks off tonight, the Thursday night game, BBD's Giants versus the Washington Redskins. Wow. One of those teams will be 0-2, and then they'll hear the stat about it's like 95% of 0-2 football teams don't make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be chaos in either New York or Washington. That's exciting. We'll look at the rest of the weekend slate of games. Baseball. Caliente en los calles, people are saying. The wild card is wild. Last name Story, Alley. Yankees are a beautiful disaster right now. I genuinely, I have life's hard. I'm going to put that out there. Life's
First
hard.
person to ever think it.
Yes. I know a lot of you people think it's just cruise control. Life is hard. And I kind of have a personal policy that if life is being difficult around you and you can, take advantage of what you can. And whether that's, you know, you got a big day, you're moving boxes all day, go get yourself the extra Starbucks coffee, you know. That extra $1.50 in your bank account, that's going to pay off, you know. If you're a young kid who's trying to save money or doesn't have a ton of money, go for it. Don't short yourself out. Get the sweet potato fries if you want them. And for me, a policy I have, especially now that we live in this world, that work and the Yankees are tied together, I allow myself, if the Yankees are in a nail-biter, I'm allowed to late-night snack. The rules are off, okay? I know, as you guys know, my body is a temple. But if the Yankees are in a close game, I'm eating. It just makes the whole thing easier for me. So I come home kind of late last night. Had to pick up a rental car, head into the hills this weekend. After some JM Gaming content on the way. Ad for that.
Wow.
Did you hear any of the rumors?
I've been told nothing at any point in the process.
Me and Chris McFly played a game for the ages.
Wow.
Like, I don't give out my must-watch tweet a lot because I don't want to pressure you. Life's got a lot going on. Watch the stuff you want to watch. We got a ton of good stuff here at John Boy Media. But, you know, I get it. The me and Chris McFly game.
When that one comes out.
Man, I'm getting the heebies just thinking about it. So, get home late, get a chicken Caesar salad because I didn't have dinner. So I was like, you know, I'm going to take care of myself. And then the Yankees go down to the Orioles in the 8th inning, and pretzel sticks that have been in the cabinet forever, a little bit of Halo ice cream, start going to town. The Yankees came back against the Birds last night. Brett Gardner in the rain in Baltimore against like one of the worst baseball teams ever. There's something beautiful about it in a way. There's something disgusting about it in many ways. The Yankees win. They had to. At this point, I think I'm less mad than I would be earlier in the season because at this point, that's just how this team plays. Like, they're just in close games. Like, they can't, whether it's a good team or a bad team, whether it's the White Sox or the Orioles, that's just what it is. Man, but there was some, good base running. Chad Green is getting killed. The Yankees are going to kill me. The Red Sox are getting back on path. Is that fair? What are they doing in their recent games? I know they won last night.
Won last night in extras.
Won last night in extras, a big win in extras.
9-4 extra innings final.
Let's see. So they've won 2. So yeah, they're 4-3 in their last 7, and then the 3 before that were 3 losses. The 4 before that were 4 wins. So they're still in it. These were kind of 2 important games for Seattle after they lost the first one. So good for Boston to bounce back. And the Jays, man. Jays on my feet. They beat up on the Rays again last night, right? Robbie Ray with another incredible start. The Toronto Blue Jays. Let me get the numbers right on this, because I think their September record is now just silly, because it started at the start of the month. In the second half, they are 37-22, which is pretty good. Pretty damn good. In September, they're 13-2. 13-2. They've scored 120 runs against 61. They're doubling up their opponents. Man, the Jays are a problem. Robbie Ray. Did you see his stat line, BBD?
From last night, I did not.
So let me get the final stat line because I only saw one fun fact from it. He had 13 Ks. Against the Rays. 7 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 13 Ks.
No walks.
No walks. He gave up a solo donger.
As to Zunino, that happens.
That counts. That's the cost of doing business.
Exactly.
Cost of goods sold. I took a couple business classes. The Jays are real. I've been on the Jays train. Get ready for them. They're real. Manoah had a crazy start the other day. I think he had 11 strikeouts. So these Jays continue to be real. The wild card, are they all tied? Boston's just one back in the loss column, but one ahead.
I believe by games back, they're all tied. But yeah, Boston has played 2 more games.
And with a win and a loss.
One more win, one more loss than both.
Man, the AL East, I saw someone retweeted the projected standings before the year, and they lowballed Tampa, they lowballed Toronto, and they lowballed Boston. And we all kind of did to a degree, depending where these teams land. We have a very legitimate chance for 4 90-win teams. That's nuts. Has that happened? No way.
Yeah, in one division. There's been 90-win teams to miss the playoffs.
I hate to put that on our analytics department, but I'm going to lock that in. No way has there been 4 90-win teams in a division.
And certainly in the wild card
era. Yeah.
Manoah the other night, 8 shot, 1 hit, 10 Ks.
The Blue Jays are real.
Nasty.
The Blue Jays are real. So yeah, the Yankees and the Blue Jays have the exact same record, 82-64. While the Blue Jays have a 175 plus run differential, better than the Rays. Do with that what you want. The Yankees are plus 34, which is worse than Oakland. So, again, that stat is what it is. I mean, the Yankees, the funny thing about the Yankees, BBD, is every time what they're doing in one-run and two-run games is technically really good. It doesn't feel that way.
I believe it's a Lombardi quote that good teams don't win close games, they avoid them. And they don't avoid them. They've won quite a few of them.
That is a good Vince Lombardi quote.
I believe that's Lombardi.
We should do quotes one day. Sports quotes are fun. It's usually a little bit of knowledge with a little bit of dumb. Hey. Huzzah.
Figured it out.
Yom Kippur today, BBD.
Yep.
Am I saying it right? I feel like I'm saying it a little weird.
With the Jewish holidays, you can kind of say them however you want.
Yom Kippur?
Yom Kippur is how I say it,
Yom
but some
Kippur.
people go a longer Yom, and everything's kind of fair game.
And I don't want to depict this in a wrong. This isn't a happy holiday.
No, you're supposed to just kind of feel guilty all day.
Damn.
Like fasting.
So you're not eating today?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll try. I won't eat in front of you.
It's fine.
I'm going to eat.
I'm already here, so.
That's true. You are already here. Do you eat like a big meal at like 11:30 last night? Is there a game plan?
Nah. I mean, I happened to have a big meal last night, but it wasn't on purpose.
Okay.
Just my mom, grandma, and I got pizza.
Saw that on the Insta story.
Yeah. Just the three of us hanging out. My dad wasn't home.
Hanging with the gals.
Yeah, pizza night with the girls.
Nothing better than that.
Yeah. And my family is going to my cousin's house to break the fast, but I won't be there. So, we'll see.
Damn.
Won't be here too late.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one. 5 p.m.
Yeah,
Yankee
I think I'll
game
still be
today.
like 10.
You don't see that a lot.
But
You don't see that a lot. What else in the American League needs to be discussed? Because there is a very fun topic in the National League all of a sudden. Yankees, Toronto, and Boston are 8 back of the Rays. You just can't.
no, it would
You
be.
just can't.
I mean, 2 weeks ago it would have been an
It would
incredible.
be epic. The Rays play Detroit next.
The
The Rays
Rays
are gone.
They
Rays
got
are
to
gone.
be like about to clinch
Rays are
their
gone.
spot.
Yeah, right?
Now the teams are doing it.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Giants, Los Gigantes. Houston
Dodgers.
is now 7 up on Oakland and Seattle. They're running away. Okay, so let's get to the National League because I think that's where the fun topic lies. Phillies are 3.5 back of Atlanta. Mets are 3 games under 500. They lost 3. I mean, Mets, man.
They've lost 3 in a row. They didn't win those games.
No.
I got excited for them about like the Javi homer the other night. I assumed they've been taking care of business.
Well, the team who beat them, BBD, the St. Louis Cardinals, are now your second wild card team in the National League. I asked, I think right after the All-Star break, we were like, is anyone going to get in the mix? Are all these standings going to stay the same? It's baseball. Know that it never will. The St. Louis Cardinals are a game up on the Padres. The Cardinals have won 5 straight, including 3 against those Metropolitans, I believe. And they're a game and a half up on the Cincinnati Reds. And let's see. The Phillies are 3 back, so they're still in the mix.
Well,
Mets are 5. Like, you just need pure chaos, and you need to win almost every game, which the Mets have not shown
who's
us.
playing this weekend?
Who's playing this weekend?
In St. Louis, Padres are coming to town.
It's going to be a really fun series.
Feels impactful.
Let's see.
And the rest of the Cardinal schedule, the rest of the way, it's San Diego at home, at Milwaukee, at the Cubs, who have played a pretty decent brand of baseball
Better.
for like a month now.
Better.
They're not like a pushover. They're not an automatic win anymore.
Frank Schwindel.
But then back-to-back home series, Brewers Cubs again. And you hope by that if you're the Cardinals, you hope by that last series the Cubs don't care anymore.
So it looks like. So the Padres have one more game with San Francisco where they can split the series, which that'd probably feel pretty good. Are they doing a 5-gamer? No. My eyes just broke for a second. So, yeah, they could split a 4-game set today, and then they'll have to hit the road and go to St. Louis, which that's a taller task than it has been earlier this year. And they're facing Gossman today, so that might not be a fun time for them. And they don't have a starter listed for tomorrow, and their starter for Sunday is Jake Arrieta, with Yu Darvish in the middle. So
Hap on the other side.
Yeah, Hap on Sunday.
Pitched as well. I haven't checked since that fourth start there where it was good numbers.
J Hap.
And that Padres schedule is brutal.
A little bit.
Like I knew they played the Giants a lot, but they have another Dodgers series on deck. The Braves have been doing the Braves stuff. They're a good team. And yeah, Cardinals who are just finding ways to win games this weekend. So
yeah, I mean
that's brutal.
Hap,
they like have to sweep the Cardinals.
Kinda. Hap, it looks like here's an old Hap Yankees minor league player with coronavirus interview. Jeez. That shouldn't pop up when you click his page.
That's the first video.
That's brutal.
That's from like original spring training.
Yeah. He's been pitching since then. And he's actually been solid for the Cardinals. He's got one blow-up start that kind of skews everything. But otherwise, there's a lot of good in there. And they really took a chance on Hap for kind of no reason.
They gave up, I think, a real prospect.
Gant,
Gant.
A young pitcher who was pitching in the major leagues, which
he's like flash.
Those
stuff.
guys don't get for a bad rental. So good for them. The St. Louis Cardinals are in the wild card spot. Jack Flaherty is a friend. He's been hurt for a while. I think he's trying to make another comeback. I'll double check on that.
Did he come back again?
He's throwing. Already? Yeah, I think he got hurt again 3 weeks ago.
I knew he came back and got hurt 3 weeks ago.
He's throwing a bullpen session on Thursday. Is that today?
August 24th. Today's Thursday. 24th was his last start.
I saw on Twitter his mom was flying out to the series this weekend. So that's huge. So, yeah, I don't know. St. Louis has some good juju right now. They're a team. We laughed that they almost haven't had a hot streak. Maybe this is it. They've won 5 in a row. And, man, so Phillies fans, BBD's Phillies, you might want to turn off your ears for a second. There's something in sports where franchises and ownership and everything that ties in just matters. And the St. Louis Cardinals have just been a good franchise for a while.
They're underratedly, like the Yankees just clinched their 29th winning season in a row, whatever the number is. I think it's more than that.
29th straight winning season for the Yankees.
Like Cardinals have low-key, they're right there.
They're
And the
just
streak
a
started
good
a couple
team,
years later,
man.
and there might have been one below 500 years somewhere in the mix, but
It's
it's just been a good franchise for a long time. And, historically, they have been, too. They have the second most World Series.
It's very much if all things are equal, which they rarely are in life, if you gave me the St. Louis Cardinals roster and you put the same exact if you took a video game and you put the same exact roster on the Phillies, the Phillies would end up at 500 and the Cardinals would end up at 88 wins. And it's just the facts at this point.
Just laws of nature.
I don't know how you measure it. I don't know what's going on, but the Phillies have the longest playoff drought in the NL. The Cardinals constantly find a way. And maybe they're hitting their hot streak right now. I think
Goldie and Arenado both have had good second halves. I would assume that's a bit of what's happening.
Paul Goldschmidt is just having a good year now. 136 OPS plus, 26 home runs. Arenado, 123 OPS plus the defense. Tyler O'Neill has been good. Harrison Bader had a hot streak that was nice for a while, but he plays worldly defense. So does Tyler O'Neill. I think that's the sauce a little bit, and maybe I know Edmund Sosa's been playing some shortstop for them. He's got some nice stats. He's the guy who also pegged the ump the other day.
Yeah, that was a good bid.
So that's a little tough.
It's fun. It was funny stuff, man.
Wayno having an incredible year. That's awesome for him. Kim, the one-star Jimmy watch for him. Bad. Other than that, good year. Yeah, we'll see what goes on with Flaherty. The old men in the rotation, Lester and Happ, have been doing more than enough for them, which is kind of
more than anybody would have expected, for sure.
So, hey, go Birds, go. And, man, that's I was just going to say, maybe the sauce is like defense and like I don't know where the Cardinals rate defensively, but I know Yachty's really good. I know Goldie's really good. I know Tommy Edman rates out really good. I know Nolan Arenado's one of the best players to play defense ever. Tyler O'Neill's got a Gold Glove in the bag. Harrison Bader, the only question was could he hit? He plays special defense. So off the top of my head, I know that 7 of their starters play
at least plus defense, and even
that's like above average.
That's like B plus minimum.
Above
defense.
Average defense is an insult to 5 of those guys.
Yeah, they have like 4 dudes who are supposed to be like special defenders.
Where in BBD,
and O'Neill I think is graded out the best.
This isn't supposed to be shots fired, but every time I hear about Zach Wheeler's WAR, I hear it's because the Phillies' infield defense sucks ass.
Yeah, it's a tough year.
So, go Birds, go. I've been for the Birds for a little bit on, as I see Normal Dog in the chat talk about the Long Island Ducks. I guess they're on my Bird team list. Man, St. Louis, if they get the Giants or the Dodgers in a 1-game playoff, it's always interesting. Is Flaherty back? Is it Wayno, who's been incredible this year?
You know, not that you would think Flaherty does, but Wayno's not getting rattled by the big moment.
And who knows? Is Jack Flaherty stretched out? Does he follow Wayno?
Yeah.
Like if Jack Flaherty's got 3 innings in the tank, Alex Reyes, their closer this year, has had a ton of walks and stuff like that. So I don't know. That's where baseball is fun. That's where baseball gets fun. The National League wild card. NL East. Let's have one more panic. Sorry, Braves. I think I need you to shit the bed.
I'm fine if you ultimately win, but
get Philly and Mets fans excited.
Trick them one more time.
And probably break their hearts again.
Lester, 9 starts as a Cardinal. The first 2 were terrible. 5-6 and 5-5. Since then, and there is one bad start mixed in here, but his 7 starts since then. It's a 2.7 ERA.
Yeah, man. Him and Happ.
It looks like, just based on other peripheral numbers and stuff, walks, whatever. He's pitching into and out of jams, but he's pitching out of them.
BBD, I think we figured it out. Well, A, I think the defense thing probably helps Happ and Lester.
Mm-hmm.
That makes a lot of sense. B, Wainwright clearly he's like drinking horse urine or something. He's got some fountain of youth.
He's got some.
Bring me the old guys. I'll take care of them. He's Nugenics or something like that.
Bunch of old dudes.
That big hurt stuff.
Twins should have been giving Happ good defense. Don't know how. It was grading out. But they're, on paper, good defensive team. I mean, JD's missed a lot of the year.
JD, Buxton was hurt.
Buxton missed a lot of the year. But even then, I think Kepler's supposed to be pretty good defender. And then Simmons is all-time.
Simmons.
Polanco going from short to second. He's supposed to be good. Arise is supposed to be good.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sano, I think, doesn't hurt you at first. At third, I don't think he's graded out well.
Happ, man.
Happ is Happ.
Happ's just Happ. That's what it is. Beautiful. That was a little baseball catch-up. Talking baseball tomorrow. Cincinnati Reds didn't get mentioned there. They're a game and a half back. They didn't get mentioned because they've lost 4 straight. Reds had this by the balls 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, they had a game up at one point.
They play Pittsburgh this weekend, so San Diego has San Francisco and then St. Louis, so they should be battling. Meanwhile, Cincinnati, you got Pittsburgh, so do what you need to do. All right, that's the baseball. Let's get everyone ready for this weekend's football. NFL Week 2, if you guys forget, I really enjoyed last weekend football-wise. I got into it more than I thought.
I think on paper this weekend's got the more exciting matchups.
So I remember we skipped ahead because we were Monday night, Sunday night football didn't do a ton for us. The big story, and it's already gotten on my timeline, is Lamar Jackson and the Ravens hosting the Chiefs. The Ravens did lose what was one of the crazier finishes to a game. I didn't watch it. It was my sleep night, Raiders-Ravens. But all of my buddies that I very much trust, they went through like the list of things that happened at the end of the game, and the best comparison I heard was it was a fever dream. Like, I think Oakland scored once. I don't want to, if you watched it, you know, so I don't want to do it an injustice, but not my friends blowing smoke. They were like, that was as crazy / ugly as it gets, because it was Gruden. At one point, they went to kick, I think, the game-winning field goal, and everyone was out there but the kicker. They couldn't find him. They scored a touchdown at one point. That got taken back. At just pure chaos. Like, I know I'm not doing a great job of it. But, so, yeah, with that, the
Josh
Chiefs...
Jacobs gave me a good fantasy performance.
Ooh.
Aaron Rodgers shot the bed, so I lost by 4 points.
Ooh, that's tough. That's tough. Chiefs-Ravens is going to be the highlight of the weekend. Sunday night. I think there's some crazy Lamar Jackson numbers. Like, I think Lamar Jackson is 30-5 in the regular season. Or maybe it's not regular season. Maybe it's everything. Lamar Jackson is 30-5 in the NFL when he plays not Patrick Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's 0.
Outside of
I think he's
Mahomes.
0-3 versus Mahomes, which is a little tough because Mahomes is really good.
I think if that gets to 0-4, 0-5 or something, then it starts getting loud. I think it's loud anyway.
Here's what I'll
then it's
say.
like fully a thing.
Patrick Mahomes,
tonight.
by the end of his career, is going to have a lot of numbers like that. If you're Lamar Jackson and you could get your one in, you'd really like that.
Get it done sooner rather than later.
You'd really like that because you'd like that conversation to go away. So that's the Sunday night matchup. I mean, Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Kelsey, Edwards-Helaire. You know what you're getting with the Chiefs. It's kind of a blast, man. It's kind of a blast. Every time Mahomes throws it up and the ball's leaving the screen, you're excited. You're just like, this is going to be awesome. And the Lamar show. So excited to see what he does. I hope he pulls something out of his butt. Chiefs are only 3.5-point favorites. It's in Baltimore. That should be a really fun atmosphere. So that's the highlight of the weekend. Let's work backwards. Your G-Men play tonight, BBD? Is there excitement again? I guess we're recording.
Yeah, I like
get the
kind
second
of
half.
won't see much of it. I'll have it on
Should
the
get
laptop.
the second half, right? Yeah.
I'll be in tune, I think. I thought about do I see if I can make it home without hearing about it, and I won't be able to. So
yeah, that's tough.
and that's fine. But yeah, I don't know. I do feel like the Giants and Washington right now, like it's like Yankees Rays. I think I think they are the teams that most dislike each other in the current moment.
Gotcha.
Obviously, like historically, Eagles and Cowboys are much bigger,
Right.
like long-standing rivalries for each other. But I think right now the Giants and Washington don't like each other. There's so much overturn though.
Yeah.
Like maybe that's changed, but just the last couple years they've played a lot of close games and
and
they've played a lot of games at the end of the year that have impacted a lot. Like Giants won. Is Daniel Jones' best game? It's like his 5-touchdown game, but it like probably cost them a top 2 pick.
Right.
So.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. You mentioned rivalry, and it's kind of funny where football again becomes so like quarterback dependent. Because you're right. I mean, the NFC East. That's part of what makes it beautiful. Is like Cowboys, Giants, Cowboys, Eagles, Cowboys, Skins, Giants, Eagles.
Really,
like,
everyone does hate
like,
each other.
That division has maybe
There's a lot of history there.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know. I think I mean, for me, this is just going to be straight playing the result. Like, if the Giants drop to 0-2, what am I going to say? Like,
I mean, how many years in a row can
I can't say, like, I like the way they look. Like, I can't. Like, the Giants could play a near B-plus game. If they lose, I'm not going to say they played a B-plus game. I'm going to say they're 0-2.
Yeah. And losing game one the way they
Redskins.
did, too.
The Broncos.
Was ugly.
Not the Redskins, the football team. Sorry, guys. Cancel me again.
Yeah, they and the Giants' biggest problem is on the offensive end. And the Talking Giants guys said this. Check them out. Like they have to play perfect offense to get like, and their highest scoring game was 27 points. The last like couple years they haven't like broken 30. Like, they need everything to go perfect on offense.
It's
The
interesting.
defense is good enough to make some mistakes, but
It's interesting that football, I mean, man, NBA, there's a lot of good coaching that doesn't get appreciated. Because if Kevin Durant hits a 18-foot jumper with a hand in his face, you're just like, well, he's better. He's just better. But, you know, there's a lot of good coaching and plays that set up other plays, and the players also get involved. But it's very, you got to be pretty in the weeds NBA to be like, oh,
credit.
you know, in the first quarter they set up this play with a back screen and KD came around and curled off it. This time he faked the back screen, came back around the baseline, and you're like, when Tim Legler walks you through it, you're like, yeah, that's...
Oh, that was cool. Like,
But in general, also when you look at NBA teams, you know, Nets, Keith in here right now talking Nets, like,
so ultimately it comes down to
people
dudes are
like
better.
them because of KD, Harden, and Kyrie. Baseball is interesting because there's a lot of, you know, you need a good team. It's the whole Mike Trout conversation, blah, blah, blah. I think when you watch your team on an everyday baseball basis and you're in it, you know, you see a pitching coach likes curveballs more, or, you know, the catching coach has the catcher do this, or, you know, there's some intricacies.
You know, the organization believes in these stolen base rates.
Right, they're stealing more. They're, you know, they shift more, whatever it is. So it's intriguing, but like if you have a really good team, that kind of wins out over 162. Football, man. Like I saw Dan Orlovsky tweet it out, and I saw Bobby being friendly with him, which, man, you know, I picture Bobby going at guys' necks on the internet, but Dan Orlovsky, UConn. He said that, you know, the Giants' offense is just pathetic. He's like, Jones is releasing it from the same spot every time. Like, there's no creativity. And that's just super frustrating. Like, man.
And the like frustrating part, like they just aren't like trying the stuff that we know he's good at.
Right.
Like Jones has in his career as a starter has been like the most efficient deep ball thrower.
Right.
You find he's been a good runner.
The analytics
and they don't
like that. Roll them out.
Design any plays around that.
Yeah.
And like obviously Saquon couldn't get anything going. It's his first game. It was his first game back. I have a hard time being like mad at him for a bad game last week. But also like the line isn't good.
Well, that was
Andrew Thomas. I think it was good last week, and overall his rookie season was good.
Did you see?
And nobody else is. I think
Did you see
Lemieux had a good game.
Bobby posted a video of what's his name, Nate Soldier, just getting bowled over.
I know Bobby said he had like the most embarrassing clip he's like seen an NFL player have in a little bit, and said he said it on the podcast he was going to tweet that.
Yeah.
He said, and on the episode he said, and with that he actually didn't play awful.
Right, that was
It wasn't good, but
from what I saw stat wise, the O-line
like for what the Giants are supposed to be.
so I just showed
What the
BBD.
Giants' offensive line is supposed to
It
be.
almost
It's
looks like a
been
delayed
okay,
pass
but
rush, and he's just waiting to get bowled over, and he does.
I'm sorry.
Who knows? It's brutal because 0-2 in this division kind of doesn't matter, but whoever wins the game tonight, like
You just feel a lot better.
you're in the lead for the division race. And 0-2, it feels like you're dead. You're kind of not. Those teams kind of don't matter. Sorry, guys. Broncos play the Jaguars. I guess my Broncos have a pretty good chance to go 2-0. Teddy Bridgewater dropped it last week. Melvin
If
Gordon
that's real, then
ran for 100, which nobody talked about him. Everyone talked about the kid, Javonte, as like the big fantasy guy this year. Melvin Gordon's nasty, dude. Maybe I'm
100 yards
wrong.
and a
Maybe,
tud last week.
maybe he gets overtaken, but Broncos, Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence's second game. Go Broncos, go. Teddy, I'm willing to jump on board. Oh, I am on board. I forgot to tell you guys. His Instagram handle is TeddyB_H2O. Teddy B Water. It might even be a bridge with the. So I really like him. I've decided
You're in.
I'm going to root for him because he's on the
He's on the
Broncos.
team.
That's what I can do. We'll see what Trevor Lawrence does. Bengals, Bears. Bengals have a chance to become a very sexy team in Chicago. Bears are favored 2.5. If Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase and the Bengals offense has another big game, people are going to be jumping on the Bengals
To
train
get loud.
to get 2-0. They have a chance to be a really fun team.
Mixon's good too.
Yeah, I mean Mixon's a running back, 29 carries. Like that's a bell cow.
horse.
You don't see that a lot anymore. Bears, I mean, I don't know. Play Fields seems like a layup.
It's at least more fun. Big AFC East weekend.
Wow. AFC East?
Yeah.
Bills, Fins?
Bills, Fins, Pats, Jets.
Jeez.
Dolphins only team to win last week.
In my brain that like the Bills have to win that game and the Jets still stink. So those seem like
They have
solutions.
it has the potential to not be interesting at all.
Bills, be careful, Bills. A lot of teams struggle.
A lot of
And
teams
Hard
are
Rock.
good for a year and then fade.
I've said a lot of crap about Tua too. Okay, so I'm kind of interested. These are probably the games that are going to be on my TV.
Bills
which I'm not
Fins is the
excited for.
winner game.
Rams at Colts. Colts are 0-1. Rams are 1-0. Go Rams, go. I think they can be an exciting team. Sorry, Colts fans. We'll see if Wentz bounces back. His game didn't look bad, but it also didn't feel good, where Stafford had a pretty good night at the office, and he's kind of a friend of the company
Family.
now. So, Texans, Browns. Browns are a 12.5-point favorite over the Texans, who won last week. The Browns did go toe-to-toe with the Chiefs, and I think people think they can be good. That's a huge line, though, in the NFL. Don't know if I'm buying that. We'll see. Niners, Eagles. San Fran, a -3 favorite on the road. Eagles coming off their big win in Atlanta. Niners coming off what was a big win, and they almost blew it against the Lions. I could see that being a good watch. We'll see. That's kind of a
Eagles played well last
that's a
week.
big test for both of those teams. Niners are supposed to be talented. Eagles are supposed to not be. But Hurts played solid. They had a nice win. Okay, I could be interested
If the
in
Niners if the Niners want to set a tone for their season, they kind of need to win decisively, but
that. I like that.
look, a win's a win.
Win's
if
a
they just
win.
win it all.
Road win in the NFL. That would be big for them.
coming east.
Be a couple road wins, too, to start the year. Raiders, Steelers. I think that'll be fun again. I think those teams are messy, talented, funly coached teams. I know that's not a great way to describe it, but
Two teams people don't want to think are good and won their first games.
if you can watch that game, I think that'll be entertaining. Saints, Panthers. Saints favored by 3 at the Panthers. Panthers are 1-0. Saints are 1-0. That's a sneaky important game for both those teams. You and Bobby's Panthers, if they're 2-0, I think people respect them a little bit.
Yeah.
If the Saints go 2-0 with Jameis and Sean Payton, I think that's impactful.
I'm
too.
kind of in on Jameis.
Yeah, why not? Like, let's enjoy it. Vikings, Cardinals. Cardinals, they've got a chance to establish themselves as a potential class team this year. They rolled up on the Titans.
They're at minimum very fun.
Yeah. Vikings, you kind of can't go 0-2 either. So I could see that being a highlight reel game. Dalvin Cook, my guy. Thielen always going off. Justin Jefferson. Dude, Kyler's nasty. I'm Team Kyler. Short King.
He's so cool.
His highlights are awesome. Team Kyler. Bucks, Falcons, don't watch that. Tampa Bay is a 12.5-point favorite, which, again, the Browns being that big of a favorite. It's tough. Buccaneers are going to slaughter them. Like, might get a coach fired on the Falcons.
Brady
That's my
against
prediction.
the Falcons.
My God. Tom had 4 TDs last game. Yeah, he's going to do that again. Cowboys, Chargers. How about them? Cowboys need a win. Chargers, they snuck out a win. Wasn't a pretty game against the Washington football team. Cowboys on the road. Man, if Chargers go 2-0, Herbert hype train is kind of real. Cowboys can't go 0-2. Actually, they can.
In that division, they can.
And they're going to. And one of the teams
I
will
hope they
tonight. And everyone's in the mix. And the Eagles will lose to the Niners. And no one will have a winning record. And that's obvious. Titans played the Seahawks in Seattle. Whoo! Titans, they lost to the Cardinals. Cardinals looked really good. Seahawks, a chance to go 2-0 at home. Titans could go 0-2. Team that's been to the AFC Championship game last year. Titans have been really good. They could be 2-0. Your Monday night game, Packers, Lions. Green Bay's an 11-point favorite. Lions fought back and were really fun against the Niners for about 5 minutes. Packers and Rodgers.
They need to prove
Here's what I'll say.
something.
I won't bet against Aaron Rodgers on Monday Night Football against the Lions. That's a guy who knows when the spotlight's on him. Yeah. Maybe bet the over. I could see both teams scoring points. BBD, I've got to go. If you want to scream a bro the night at everyone or bake the algorithm or anything.
Everyone bake the algorithm, like, comment, subscribe, review, all that. Bro of the night. It's Brett Gardner. His numbers are really good since June.
Heck of an at-bat last night. Won the Yankees
Really good
game.
since June. Extra good since the All-Star break. I tweeted him out.
I think
that's an
we're
ad for my Twitter.
50 subs away from 4K, guys. So if you could, please subscribe,
If
review.
you've
Know who
listened
mine
this
is?
far, you're down to subscribe.
Know who mine is? Tyro Estrada for the San Francisco Giants. The young prince has 7 home runs. You know who else has 7 home runs? Gleyber Torres. He's played a lot more baseball than him. Tom's comment from last episode, Corey Davis is legit. Please don't disrespect Washington fan. Done. Guys,
Done.
bake the algorithm, share, review, some good baseball talk, good NFL preview talk. I love it. At Big Baby David. Everything on the John Boy Media Network. Chris Rose Rotation.
Trevor May.
Sequence. Trevor May, wow. Watchins playing JJTV. JJR yesterday, hilarious. Baseball team with colors. Compound, talking Giants. Pinstripe, strong, mansplain, baseball. Talking Nets coming.
Everything.
NBA
Farm to Fame.
Farm to Fame, Tyler
NBA
Stevenson.
soon.